What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. Our brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. And we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay.
And a very good day, everybody. It's Jim here again, and yet again doing another stream with Tram Sim. It's quite interesting on yesterday's stream because somebody said that they thought they actually came along because they thought it said Train Sim, which is fine. They stayed anyway. So Viper Strike 95. Hello, my friend. You know what? I was messing about with my alerts yesterday and it didn't show up. So let me see if I can get it to show up today. There we go. Yeah, that should have showed up yesterday when you subscribed over on YouTube, mate. But somewhere along the way I was pushing too many buttons. But good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Hope the day's treating you well, mate. So, right, so as you can see here at the bottom here, it says changelog version 1.3. So there was an update yesterday. I did have a look at it. Nothing major. But there is something that I was actually rather excited to see, and it's a new tram. There is 2 trams in the simulator at the moment. The only problem I've got is, again, it's learning it. It's like anything. It's like a flight simulator. It's the controls and the buttons and what does what. So I've been limited it to the Flexi. But today I'm going to actually try the new tram. And I need to keep remembering to call it the tram. So Viper Strike 95 says, flying the Aerolite 103 have found around a few places for sightseeing. Nice, nice. How does it handle, mate? Is it easy on the controls or a little bit twitchy? And I do need to get back into the flight simming. There's just not enough hours in the day. If someone would invent a 36-hour day, then I would be absolutely over the moon, because then I could probably fit 90% of what I'm trying to do. But yeah, I do need to get back into the flight simming. So, as I keep saying it, without further ado, and I'm not going to say without further ado, what I'm going to do is just actually show you what I'm going to do without saying without further ado. So here we go, and I'm still babbling. So today, let's say, we're still going to keep it an open world. There's a lot of the buttons that I'm not going near. And I'm still not going to use the timetable mode. I'm not quite comfortable with that yet. I've only been partially around the entire route. So there's a lot of it still to explore, and yeah, you know, again, like any simulator, you need to get a feel for it, and I don't just quite have that yet. So as I said, the bus, I'm doing it already. The tram that I'm used to is the Flexity, but today, what we're going to do is use the ULFB or the ULFA. I'm not quite sure. Let's do the ULFA. I think it means ultra low floor. So it's like low to the ground tram. It's an old style. I had a look at it before the stream, and it sounds clunky, and that appeals to me a lot. It sounds very chunky, very clunky, and you know, just not too modern. It's a bit like with the flight sims. I love the old steam gauges. So here we go. Let's get 7 o'clock in the morning. Direction travel. It doesn't matter. Where are we going to start? This doesn't matter. Let's start here and see what Volks Theatre. No, that's the end, I think. And I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. Summer. Let's keep it on summer at the moment. 7 o'clock in the morning. And one thing that I did comment on a previous stream is you got summer, you got winter, and you got Christmas. So that is that is all your seasons at the moment. But again, you know, this came out August, September last year, and it's still a work in progress. So, let's get back to summer. So let's get going. I think we've done everything. Yep. Okay. So I hope everyone's having a good day. It's Friday. And what time is it here? We got 11 o'clock in the morning here. Now let me know if the audio is too loud. In fact, you know what? Bear with me. There was one thing that I haven't done that I should have done. And you're probably going to lose the game audio for a second, so bear with me. Yeah, I've got the Wavelink software running. That's probably why it's too loud, so I need to turn that down. There we go. That's better. That's much better. Okay, so as I said, this is the ULFA. Look at that. You know, it's a trusty workhorse, isn't it? Look at it. Absolutely love it. And I do apologise. The jerkiness is me moving the mouse on the mouse pad. I'm not very good at sliding. You know what? Let me lower the resolution, and hopefully it won't be so jerky. That's a little bit smoother. But look at that. Isn't that nice? Oh, and I tell you, here, this is very cool. This is very cool. So, I was a bit concerned that the mirror button wasn't working in the Flexi, but watch this. Which button is it? I need to move that as well, actually. Look at that. How cool is that? You know? And here's Dangerous Brian. And you know what, my friend? I'm not moving today, so... Yesterday when you popped up, I looked up and I nearly run a red light. So, good to see you, my friend. I was just showing the stream here. Look at that. This one, the button works to move the mirror in and out. Yeah. Little things, mate. Little things, you know. What else does it do? It has this one has an even more annoying bell than the Flexi. Have a listen to this. It sounds like a fire alarm, and I haven't quite figured out when you're supposed to actually let the bell off. But oh, and indicators have got a really, really retro sound to them. Have a listen to this. Isn't that? It sounds like something like your old Ford Escort or something. Yeah, you can hear the relay clicks. They've done a splendid job here. Anywho, I did promise today that I'm not going to say without further ado, so... And I've now said that twice, so instead of repeating without further ado, I'm repeating saying that I'm not going to repeat myself. So, Jepson 2001. Hey, my friend. You know what? I saw you subscribed or you followed me on Twitch yesterday, and it didn't actually indicate. So, you know what? There we go. Just for you, mate. There we go. I got it working now. Jay Whittaker, how you doing, mate? Good to see you guys. Hope Friday's treating everybody well. I'm in a new tram. They just released this yesterday. It's the ULFA, Uniform Lima Foxtrot, ULF. And yeah, you know what? Yeah, you are my 50th follower. Yeah, it's a shame that I didn't actually. I actually wasn't streaming for about 8 days, so still need another 6 to get up to affiliate. Not that that's a goal as such, but it's just one of those things. It's like, oh, I've got 6 more to go. But yeah, you were my 50th follower. I wish there was something I could give you, mate. You know, other than that little notification that come flying across the screen. But thank you very much, Jefferson. That was very kind of you, mate. Who else have we got? I don't think I missed anybody. So excellent. So I do need to get going. We're starting at another station, which again I'm not going to even try and pronounce. We've got different gauges, different buttons. And I need to change this down a wee bit. Another one I really care about is this guy, because I have no idea. And look at that, all of these do something. But at the moment I'm keeping it simple. You know, people might say, you know, I should learn all this, and that's correct. But for the moment I want to keep it simple. I want to enjoy it. I want to get used to what all the controls do. And I'm still trying to learn the stopping distance, because this thing, you need to brake it a lot harder than the Flexibus. Flexibus. Okay, the Flexi Tram. And it does have a sander, and I've never actually found that I need to use a sander yet. You know, obviously going up hills and whatnot, but there we are. So let's have a quick look outside, and it looks very similar. You know, it's looks similar to the Flexi, but look at that, isn't it beautiful? Now there's a photo shot. If only I knew how to take a picture. Another oh yeah, in fact, let me get rid of the HUD as well. That's annoying. There we go. I don't care about points. So, for those that are new to the channel, welcome. Let's see, this is a tram simulator, and it's in Vienna. So I need to get going, actually. There are different views within the tram as well. But the one I should be focusing on is this guy. So let me get the doors open. And even the doors have got a completely different sound as well. So have I opened the doors? Oh. As I said, I'm learning buttons. So I think I need to move the mirror out. Oh. So what I did there is actually open the doors manually because nobody was moving. Which makes me think this could be a stopping point and not the actual station. So let me move forward. But yeah, this thing here, all the clunks and everything. Yeah, you know what? I could use the snipping tool, Dangerous. But I'm sure there has to be a button for it. There has to be a button. And again, like I said, I have no idea. Oh, here they come. Excellent. Alrighty, they don't know what they're in for, this lot. Oh, I think I need to pull my mirror in. I broke enough mirrors when I was driving the bus, to be honest. But this is now day 3 of actually having Tram Simulator. And again, guys, let me know if that's a bit loud. It sounds loud in my headphones, but it could be just by the fact that I've got the headphones turned up too loud. So Jepson 2001 says, I wish the AI cars in Microsoft Flight Simulator were like this. They move far too quickly and sometimes look like running ants. Yeah. You know, I think every simulator has its compromise, you know, because I mean every one of these is a 3D model, you know, and you know, and it all takes resources. I think the compromise in this one is the people. They sit down great, but they walk a little bit interesting, shall we say. But yeah, I mean, look at those cars, you know, all recognisable, and they did the same in the bus. It's a different developer, but it's the same publisher, Aerosoft. But listen to that noise. Listen to that noise. If you heard the other streams where I'm streaming driving the Flexi, I have to assume this is a stop. Yeah, if you hear the other streams where I'm driving the Flexi, this one sounds a lot more clunky, which is great actually. Out goes the mirror. But yeah, so after 3 days of playing around in Tram Simulator, I'm really starting to enjoy it. To repeat myself again, one comment I made is it looks very linear. You know, you start a tram, you open the doors, you stop the tram, you know, you open and close the doors, you start the tram. But the more I'm playing it, the more I'm getting into the scenarios, I'm getting more into the feeling that I'm driving a tram, which is what it's all about. And I do love those crossings. Right, I need to shut the door, wing mirror in, let's get going, otherwise I'll be here all day yabbering. Alison, how you doing, my friend? I hope you're feeling better. Yeah, I've actually got some new DLC. Even trams have DLC. This thing is a ULF-A, ultra low floor. It's an older one, as you can hear from. Hopefully, you can hear from the noise of it.
Parlament. Umsteigen zu 2 in Richtung Dornbach.
I have no idea. Do I stop here? I'm going to stop here anyway, because I don't know any better. And I'll read your comments in a minute, guys and girls. So, mirror out, release the door. So Viper Strike. Yes, I wish that eventually Vienna gets the photogrammetry treatment from Asobo. Yeah, you know, some of the older cities in Europe, absolutely, mate, you know. Absolutely. And as I said, Ali, I hope you're, oh yeah, you just commented that you're feeling better. That's wonderful. Yeah, I saw you, isn't it strange that I'm saying I saw you in the flight simulator? It's amazing with Discord, it tells you what people are playing and things. Alright. But yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying this. As I said, this is day 3. Right, let me shut the doors, pull the mirror in. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. It's captured me more than I thought it would, shall we say. And the Seneca. Nice one, Alison. One thing that I did yesterday on the stream, we had about 20 people watching, and I asked the question, has anybody even heard of Tram Simulator before I started streaming it? And the resounding answer was no. And today I found a truck simulator that I have a feeling people have never heard of either. And it's not Euro Truck or American Truck Simulator, but I'm thinking about giving it a look as well.
Umsteigen zu U3, 46, 49, 48A.
Okay, we're good. Man, I had a train of thought there and I've completely lost it again. But yeah, this thing takes a lot more braking force, and that's another reason why I turned off the emergency brake. You have to pull way back on it. The last thing I want is the emergency brake to come on. All about the simulation, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, outside, look at that. Like you're saying, I mean, even the people, they sit a little strange and they stand a little strange, but their actual movements. And again, you know, my hats off to developers that create all this. And look at that, there's a passenger view. Another passenger view, and everyone's on their phones. Excellent, you know, I thoroughly enjoying this. Just look at it. You know, and to your point, Jepson, and here's the thing, it's like, you know, my flight level is 0, you know, it's, So the attention to detail at ground level is, you know, you need it. It's and also the viewing distance. What are we talking? Maybe half a mile at the most, perhaps. So, you know, whereas Microsoft Flight Simulator, it has to have a drawing distance of what, 100 miles perhaps, 100, 150 mile, whatever. And then when you get down to ground level, it has to draw all this as well. It's outstanding work, you know, from all of the simulators, to be honest. Kendra, how are you doing, my friend? Good to see you again. Good to see you. Happy Friday, everybody. And as I said, oh, look at that. Food shops. Okay. Yeah, isn't it funny? It doesn't matter what simulator you're in. As soon as you see something that advertises food, you know. I know when I'm in Edinburgh, I do a huge amount of walking. But my problem is every time I go past a little cafe, I'll sit down for a cup of coffee and a sandwich. It's I don't know. I guess it's a relaxing thing, isn't it? Grab a bite to eat, grab a coffee, you know. But yeah, awesome. But look at it, and as I said, and that's something else I need to stop saying. On another stream, I was commenting that you actually have AI trams, and there's one just going by. See, that's what did they go through me? No, that's me. Okay, James, you're lost. I lost my I lost my tram. So, Kendra, was that question for me? I'm thinking it is. This is still Vienna, if you're asking me, my friend. Anyway, I need to get moving here, so let me pull the mirror in, shut the doors, and away we go. But yeah, this is still Vienna. It's still the tram simulator, and I'm in the ULF. And I'm not sure, Kendra, if it was you that somebody mentioned yesterday about the ULF trams. Yeah, and that's what this is. But really, this sounds and behaves so differently to the Flexi.
Urtring. Umsteigen zu 57a.
I still love those commentators, or commentaries, announcements, whatever you want to call them. But just look at it. This is what simming is about, you know. Just it doesn't matter what the vehicle is, whether it's a truck, a bus, a tram, an airplane, a GA aircraft, an Airbus, whatever. It's all, you know, it's all part of the immersion. And I don't know. This is just way better than I had expected, shall we say? Way better than we had expected. But I do need to sit down and actually figure out what the route is, because I don't think I've been along this part before. I might be wrong. I generally am wrong, but I don't recognise it. Because I've been doing it in bits, you know. The other day I actually stopped the stream so we could hop over to the Kernel stream. And but I really don't recognise this part at all. I'm going to have to get a map of the Vienna tram network. I'm sure Google or something has that, but seriously, I mean, can you imagine gaming like this 10, 15 years ago? In fact, even streaming, to be honest, playing a game, simulator, gaming, talking to people all over the world. Truly outstanding. And I think I put my mirrors in instead of pushing them out there. Never mind. Oh, they were in. Okay. But they did a patch on this yesterday as well, the 1.3 patch. I had a look at it. Nothing too exciting. You know, nothing really worth commenting on as such. But because again, this is still considered a beta simulator, or a beta phase of the game rather. Yeah, 10 years ago, the iPhone became popular. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Was it really 10 years ago, Kendra? That's hard to believe. But one thing that doesn't work in this at the moment is...
Karlsplatz. Umsteigen zu U1, U2, U4, D, 2, 71, 2a, 59a.
Ah, she meant Karlsplatz, and I think we've been there before. I think I'm slowly getting used to stopping this. There we go. Slowly getting used to it. But I do need to figure out the camera views. I think this is the curbside view. Strange point to say because we are on the curb, but you know what I mean. I think we sit here and watch it go by. I probably need to be watching the lights as well, actually. There we go. I knew it. Oh, thanks for the link there, Brian. What is it? I can see it's me, but it says featured. What is... Did I do something that I didn't realise I did on YouTube? Yeah, I'm only getting used to streaming on YouTube using... So let me see, Kendra says, I remember that because I started secondary university education, I was the only one with a regular map to find everything. Yeah. And a writing block. It's my homepage. Brian, thank you, sir. That is very kind of you. I just saw Seamus McNeil featured there and I was wondering what it was. But yeah, I do like stream, restream.io. It allows me to stream on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. But so far, I think we've had 3 viewers on... Let me shut the doors. We had 3 viewers on YouTube and everyone else has been on Twitch so far. But everybody is welcome. And I think my common phrase these days is it's not really about the game, it's about chatting. Oh, we're turning right and I didn't realise. Yeah, I recognise this road now. Looks different in the daytime. But look at it, you know, they've got the wheelie bins and everything. Okay, I don't recognise it. I thought we were going to turn left then. But I really... Oh, there's a light there.
Resselgasse.
I really need to do a few more hours in this, all the way end to end, just to get a better feel, even if I don't know where the stops are and where the tram stops are, and lights rather. Because at the moment this is just looks new. New and confusing. I mean, the good thing is I'm on a tram. You know, I can't really get too lost, can I? You know, you know, accelerate, brake, and let the people on and off. But yeah, I feel like a new driver who's just been given the keys to the tram on his first day, and I'm going. I don't know where I'm going, but that's okay. One thing I did notice that I'm not going to mess with is the blinds do work. I'm sure that's important to some. But you know what? Yeah, maybe I'll pull them down. But at the moment, I'll leave them alone. Unless I can tie it to a button, I'm not going to touch it. And I'm hoping I can do some mouse macros. And what a mouse macro is that you set up... It'll actually pretend to move the mouse to a certain position. And it will also then do a mouse click. And... It's called a mouse macro. Basically, so if there's anything on the screen that I cannot map to a button or a keyboard or a key rather, then I'm going to try and see if I can match it to a mouse button macro. It's not something that's inbuilt. It's something I'll have to do myself. But there are programs out there that can do that. Where's my stop? Have I missed my stop? So So I think what I need to do is assume that the lights for most of these are going to be where the stop is. Nope. I forgot to pull my mirrors in. Yeah, you know what, you should have seen it the other day. Maybe you did, Brian, when it was raining and it was winter time and you could see the reflections on the road, and also the tram coming towards you. You can see that lit up as well. You know, like I say, the AI, I think in general does a good job. Do I need to open the door for her? Oh, they're just standing there. You never quite know. Okay, there's the A, that means attention or Achtung, and that means get ready to move. But look at it. I think the immersion in this is very, very well done. And I recognise that, I recognise this. I was looking at the rooftops the other day when it was snowing. Right, they've got to give way. Are they going to? Yeah.
Paulanergasse.
The only problem I've got with this running at 1080p and on a 50-inch TV is that the resolution for the gauges that I'm looking at isn't quite there. It's a minor inconvenience, but I'm not sure if I could read them if it was on a 27-inch monitor either, to be honest. Maybe a wee bit too small. And now I don't know if this is a stop of mine. Obviously not. People getting on or off? Ah, okay, yeah, it was a stop. So one thing that I did add to my stream deck was a clock, because I don't carry a watch. All my clocks are stopped in the basement because one of them's a pendulum clock and you can hear it across the stream. And it's not that time is important, but it's always good to know what time it is, you know. Especially when you're streaming. I mean, it's good to know, like, if other streamers are coming on board and, you know, just things like that. So I need to shut the doors, mirrors in, and away we go. But yeah, look at that. I think it looks outstanding. I might need to try it on a 27-inch monitor just to see. You know what, Jepson? I'm not sure, because again, I cannot run anything above 1080p, mate. So I'm not really sure. And my system being an i7. Oh, made it. Oh dear. Yeah, my system being not a low end, but not a high end either. You know, it's a GTX 1080 Ti. That car's going to come round. Oh, and another one. Are they going to let me through? Oh dear. Yep. But yeah, so I generally don't have the system to stream at a high, you know, to stream and run anything at higher anyway, I don't think. Kendra, your company is all we need here, my friend. If I can chat away and just keep you company and, okay, hang on, bear with. I've got a squirrel moment, that means easily distracted, hang on. Oh, there's me stop. No, is it? Yes, no. And ignore the traffic lights, people. I should not be out on my own. Let's see what happens here. I'll get back to the chat in a second, people. Oh, excellent. Okay, that was one of those. Okay. So that was different. Was not expecting that. So, yeah, Kendra, that's absolutely perfect, my friend. As I said, if we can all keep you company, then that's all good. Yeah, you know, I heard that the second vaccination is a little bit more powerful than the first one. So, Night Zep, welcome, my friend. Good to see you, mate. Yep, company's always good. So I think I'm all caught up. Let me get caught up on the bus. He says in a high-pitched voice, mirrors in, door shut, and on we go. Okay, so I'm pushing buttons. Oh, okay, I need to stop here as well. I realise I need to change these actually. I mean, the names are correct, but I think I need to put the links in. And now I can't see the lights. There we go.
Johannstraußgasse. Umsteigen zu 13a.
Hope you're having a good day, Night Zep. Hope everything is well with you and yours, and happy Friday, mate. Alrighty, let's get moving. Yeah, so yet again, I'm in Tram Sim, and but they got new DLC out, which is what we're in at the moment. It's the ULFA. Good old clunky, older style tram. Where's this one? So these are interesting that the stop is here. Let's have a look. Yeah, they're getting on and off, so it must be right. Oh, nice, nice. I was just saying to the guys and girls earlier, I need to get back into the flight simming as well. I keep buying the DLC. Trust me, I keep buying the DLC. As soon as Murphy mentioned the other day on his stream that Orbex released Showroom, I went out and bought it. I haven't played it yet. I haven't used it yet, but too busy driving things with wheels and rails at the moment. But yeah, see what I mean? The walking of the AI, I think, is rather good. You know, I mean, walking or any movement of animals, mammals, it's not the easiest thing to do, and I think they've done a fairly respectable job here. Alright, shut the doors, which I've already done. Mirrors in, which I should have done. Let's get going. But it's very strange because back there I said I don't know where I am, and then all of a sudden I'm going, oh, yes I do. So I need to do this in daytime first, I think. In fact, I just need to do it a lot more. But I'm hoping, like I says, I'm hoping the game audio is coming through okay and not too loud. It sounds loud in my headset, but it's only because I had it too loud earlier, and I'm just... so if you think it sounds okay, just let me know, that'd be good. Yeah, alright, so the cars are going to stop. I wonder if it's going to let me through now. Am I starting to sound like an impatient tram driver stuck at a set of traffic lights? Yeah, you know what? Yeah, they look like they've got... thanks, Ali. You know what? You're always there. You're always there to let me know that. I appreciate that. I was just thinking about you when I said that, because you said if it's not good, people will let you know. I remember you saying that, my friend. And happy Friday as well. You know, hope hope the weekend is nice and relaxing for you, because you deserve a nice relaxing weekend and a couple of
Laurenzgasse.
tasty beverages. Right.
Seien Sie achtsam. Andere brauchen Ihren Sitzplatz vielleicht notwendiger.
And I apologise because I stopped talking when the announcers are talking. Two reasons. I think it's difficult for anyone on the stream to actually hear two people talking at the same time. Plus, I love listening to the accent. I love listening to them talking. It's again, it's all part of the immersion. Wow. Yeah, flying is not glamorous, I tell you, unless you can travel business class or first, which I've never done in my life. It's I've travelled thousands of miles and hundreds of thousands of miles by plane, and it was never glamorous. But you know what? I can switch off. I can just sit there and not have to move for the entire flight. Alright, let's stop. Where are we going? Here we go. So I know one thing about the underground section. It's got different lights, as you can see there on the right. 2 greens mean we're good to go at 30 kilometers an hour. Shut the doors, mirrors in, and away we go. But I don't feel comfortable driving this too quick round the turns, to be honest. But look at that, you know. One thing I did buy, and it's, you know what, let me hold that thought, but it does involve underground.
Fliegergasse. Umsteigen zu 18. In Richtung Schlachthausgasse.
Let's just say there will be a stream of it soon. So there we go, we had a green and a yellow, and I think that means 30 kilometers maximum. Which I never go above 30 kilometers because, again, I'm a bit of a chicken driver. Is that my stop? Yeah. And we got a stop in front anyway, so. Yeah, I've got my second one in a couple of weeks. You know what? If it gets me back to Britain, you know, if it means I can travel internationally, then I'll be over the moon, because I've not been home to Scotland in a couple of years now, so looking forward to it. Okay. Stop the doors, mirrors in. Oh, look at that, stairs down. You know, and again, I mean, the attention to detail is wonderful, absolutely wonderful. One thing I do need to work on is the anti-aliasing. I set it to full, but it doesn't seem to do anything, to be honest, so I might have to jump into NVIDIA Inspector, I think.
Matzleinsdorfer Platz. Umsteigen zu 6. 18. In Richtung Burggasse. Stadthalle. 62. In Richtung Leins. 14a. Lokalbahn nach Baden. S-Bahn.
S-Bahn. So, I hope you guys and girls appreciated the sound there. Announcer going, the noise of this tram, the noise of the oncoming tram. That was cracking stuff. And I need to slow down. I'll get your question in a second, Jebson. Bear with. Got to drive a tram here, people. Got to drive a tram. Alrighty. So, I'm actually, it's in the state of Missouri. They call it the Midwest. They call it the gateway to the West as well. But it's basically a third of the way into the country. It's south of Chicago by about 12 miles. 12 hours drive, basically, south of Chicago. So St. Louis, if you wanted to look it up, mate. Alright, we've got a green light. Let's get going. Shut the doors. And we should be good. So for those of you that were a wee bit later to the stream, have a listen to this annoying bell. That sounds like a fire alarm, doesn't it? And yeah, I'm not really sure when you're supposed to let that off, to be honest. I know I could have worded that differently, but...
Gasse. Umsteigen zu 6. In Richtung Geiereckstraße.
And we got greens, excellent. Normally when I come up here it's a green and amber. Oh, the Cardinals. Yeah, is it the Cardinals? I didn't even know they were still around, to be honest. But the last baseball game I saw was 15 years ago. I thought, I don't like this. It was like 106 Fahrenheit, and I was sitting there, and it was like $6 or $7 for a Coke, you know. And I thought, I'm not doing this again. Who's the Reds? See, I'm not into these nicknames for teams, I'm afraid, Ali. Are they called the Reds? So Chipson says, nice, I love the States, but mainly have been in the Southwest. Yeah. Where I live is fairly flat. And because of that, we get our fair share of tornadoes coming through, which I find extremely scary. We've had them, 3-4 miles away from here. I will never get used to them. We don't have tornadoes in Scotland. But there's a band and it's called Tornado Alley, and we're like on the eastern side of Tornado Alley, because the tornadoes sort of tend to come up from the southwest and head northeast, the way the weather patterns go. And yeah, it is the season now, actually, when you get the cold air going out and the hot air coming in. So we had them fairly close. St. Louis, yeah, absolutely, St. Louis. Oh, KDH, yeah, I don't listen to radio either, or watch television. I listen to satellite radio, just because I don't like commercials interrupting all the time. But as I was saying the other day, everything I listen to is like radio shows, like Dragnet, or Sherlock Holmes, just things like that, just the easy stuff to listen to. Because with my 1 hour drive to work, I would put my satellite radio on and just listen to all those old time radio shows. So I'm assuming we're going straight on here. Somebody wanting in? All right. Cincinnati Reds. Thanks, Ali. Like I said, I'm not familiar with team names, to be honest. Goblin Zeus, welcome, mate. How are you doing, my friend? So Goblin says, we have a tram in Marseille, France. Usually I take metro in the city to go to work after the train 1 hour travel. Yeah. When I work out of Edinburgh, we got an office over there. I use the bus and the tram. I love it. Not having to drive and let someone else do the driving. And I don't mind it takes actually longer. But, an hour and 20 minutes in the bus or whatever, I love it. Viper Strike says he's from around Louisiana. Louisville. Now, I know there's a Louisville and a Louisville. I think yours is pronounced Louisville. And I apologise, I'm assuming you're a chap. I like the Reds as well, though my favourite baseball team are the Rays. Okay, another... Yeah, no idea. Yep, Sergeant Friday, mate. Oh, really? Oh, JW says he once did a Sergeant Friday cosplay for a convention. Yeah. I know the other day when I went, I don't remember the name of it, but it goes, dum-da-dum-dum. I can remember how that goes, but I couldn't remember it was Dragnet. Car talking Garrison Keller. No, don't think I'm sitting here daydreaming. I think I need to go at the next light. Let me shut the doors. Mirror's in. Oh, the mirror was in. These people are never going to get to where they're going to go, wherever that is. So I think I mentioned the other day about Perry Mason, and that's way back. Probably around the same year as Dragnet. That was another one of my favourites. And let's not forget Top Cat. So JW says, I need to work on an Adam 12 outfit. Yeah, that was another classic, mate. But I really don't know of any show that I could say or program that is current that I even know about. Maybe Big Bang Theory. It's The Whistler. Yeah. I listen to that. Like I said, I'd be on the road at 3:30 in the morning. I'd get up at 3:30. I'd be on the road at 4, and I'd be listening to The Whistler. And they actually said it was a lady that did the whistle for the not the theme as such, but yeah, the theme tune. Yeah, it was a lady whistler that actually did whistling for that, which I found interesting. But you know what I love about the Whistler? I don't know if they made it into the television show, but
Davidgasse. Umsteigen zu 7a.
oh, I understood that. But it was like, you know, 4 o'clock in the morning, listen to the Whistler, and some of those shows were excellent. You know, there was no visuals, just you, your imagination, and a radio show. Which I'm sure these passengers think I'm probably should be on a radio show rather than driving a tram. I'm trying to think of some other favourites that I remember. Well, I'm saying remember that I know from the satellite radio. I think the show that I listen to is called Radio Classics, and that I'll have to admit is how I came across Dragnet. I'd never seen it before in the UK. I'm sure they must have had it. Alright. Shut the door, spur us in, otherwise I'm going to be even later than I am. It reminds me of the bus, get off my tram. I just said get off my tram, didn't I? I thought he was on my tram line. Yeah, very atmospheric night zep. So great to see so many people here. I tell you, very, very kind of you to spend some time on your Friday with me here. And if you haven't already followed on Twitch, you know, if you want to follow, that would be great. If not, not a problem. Your company is more than enough. While I try and drive this tram in a straight line. Yeah, I don't know, that does not make sense. The rails are driving the tram in a straight line. Stop. Yeah, but I do think I probably need to add the emergency brakes, in all honesty. So, Viper, what are we saying here, my friend? It's alright with the pronunciation issues of Louisville. It's difficult city to pronounce. Yeah. The two proper ways, the cities are Louisville or Louisville. Yeah, because I know there is a Louisville as well, isn't there? Because, good grief, sounded like a 12-year-old because I'm a network engineer, and I used to cover Latin America, Canada, and domestic America, and so yeah, I used to get those. I know when I was dispatching field engineers, I had to make sure I had the right county or state rather. Dangerous. What we saying here, mate? I'm getting some lag, Jim. It might be my end though. Yeah, I'm not sure, mate. You mean between what, me talking, or I'm not sure. Maybe I was streaming it too high as well. Let me see what we've got. Yeah, it says dropped frames 7,000, so I'm not quite sure what happened there. Tell you what, let me reset that, guys. You're going to lose the game audio for a second. Let me just reset that. Because yesterday I changed it to stream at 1080p, 30 frames. Okay, so let's keep an eye on that. But I wasn't getting any frames missed due to rendering lag, so I might have to reduce it a wee bit. But yesterday was the first stream that I did at 1080. I was actually downscaling before that, so I think it could have been on my end, Brian, but thanks for letting me know. Feedback is always good, and we are at the whims of the internet, but that definitely looked like it was mine. And I've got a fairly fast internet. When I say fast, like it's a 100 meg download and probably 8 to 9 meg upload, but as I said, I've got this set for 4.1 meg upload, so I'm not eating up the entire bandwidth. So what else we got? Viper says to Jepson, I feel you about the mispronunciation. Yeah, you know, it's one of those things, isn't it? You know, it's like people, my home city is Edinburgh, and because there's a URGH at the end, they say Edinburgh. You know, it's one of those things, you know. You feel your toes curl a little bit. Yeah, I'm not going to be one of these people that go around correcting the planet for pronunciation, because you have never heard my pronunciation of these German, pardon me, Viennese streets. In German, I guess. Embra. Embra. Okay, I need to stop doing that. I just did a Murphy. You put a word up on the screen and I read it out, so I hope I'm not going to turn into one of those. My name is Seamus McNeil and I read everything that's put up in the chat. Alrighty, get breaking, James. I seriously have no idea where I am. Any of you guys recognise this? Einbahn. Oh, I recognise that. Well, exit. Entry? Einbahn. Yeah, entry. So where do we go? Oh, the Streamlabs is having a quick chat. Yes, that's my Discord. As I mention constantly, we're not really a flight sim based group. There's a few of us in there, and we generally talk about bus sims and train sims. And I need to open the door. Sorry, people. So if you ever want to come across and have a chat, there's my Discord link. Feel free to pop on over. I really love Discord, I must confess. It's Facebook has got out of control, I think, a wee bit. It's not as happy a place as it should be, shall we say. Yeah, the Scottish borders. Yeah, and that's not far from Edinburgh, mate, you know. What were you doing there, working or just social, my friend? Goblins says the name Louisville is honouring the King Louis XVI of France. Ah, okay. In 1778, he contributed to the Independence War of USA. Okay, I didn't know that. So it probably is Louisville then, perhaps. You know, it doesn't matter, does it? It's one of those topics you could discuss for the next 12 hours.
Stefan Fadinger Platz. Umsteigen zu 15a. 65a. Wir sind am Ziel. Auf Wiedersehen.
See, I have never heard these announcements before. I think she's probably saying this is the last stop, get off, basically. In a nicer tone of voice, of course. I'm thoroughly enjoying this, even although I'm only driving at 20 kilometres an hour. And my poor passengers. Is this where I stop? Oh, I know where I am. This is where... Bear with me here, guys and girls. This is where we start. Okay. We start and then we start to pick up there. So I have never been on this part before. Well, a part of it. Don't quote me on that, because I'm probably wrong. Let me get everybody out. Just going to watch the mirror. Why can't I open the door? I know why. It's round the corner. Argue with myself there. Alrighty. So yeah, let's stop everyone off, yeah. Viper Strike, yeah, founded by George Rogers Clark in 1789, known for bourbon, yeah. Always a lot of history, mate. And Europe has a lot of history. I was telling somebody the other day that Edinburgh, the city that I grew up in, the first settlements there can be traced back to 7000 BC, which is just ridiculous. Yeah. Yep, Goblin, he says, Bourbon, that's the family name of the royal family of Louis XVI. You know, what's interesting is I live in St. Louis, and some people call it St. Louis, and people call it St. Louis. I don't think there's a right or a wrong pronunciation of that myself. I guess I don't care. You know, I'm not going to get into drama over a mispronunciation of my the town that I live in, or city. Oh, 100 messages today. Excellent, thank you, people. If I had a tweet, I would tweet it, but I don't, so I just got rid of that. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of Italian influence in St. Louis as well. Let's keep going. What's going on with these doors, people? They're all looking innocent. Somebody had their foot in the door. I think we're good to go. Alright, Gibson. See you in a bit, mate. Tea time here in Yorkshire. Ah, that's where you are. Alright, my friend. Take care. Catch you in a wee bit. Meanwhile, I'm going to carry on driving the bus. And thanks, everybody. Like I was saying, it's... I have no idea. I have no idea. Oh, dear goodness. I have no idea how long I've been streaming because it doesn't really matter. And I recognise all this. And I don't know where that discussion was going.
Wintenstraße.
It was another random thought of a streamer. Yeah, dangerous. I found out why you couldn't post a link yesterday. I'd actually had another Dangerous Brian as a moderator, and he was set up as a moderator like 8, 9, 10 days ago. It was the wrong one, so I set you up now, mate. So you should be good now. As you saw that you were able to post the links. Deep thoughts with Seamus. Is that the same as a blank thought? Or a moment? Probably. Yeah, deep thoughts. I'm thinking, what am I having for my tea, perhaps? Yeah, you know, it's funny, I've got the restream.io, and the background for the chat is a dark blue, and it's really hard to see your name, but I know it's UJW. Senior moment? Nah, I don't have senior moments. You know what's interesting is I've got a master's degree in electrical engineering, but if you sit me down and ask me to remember stuff, just facts like history, poetry, anything like that, you know, language, I really struggle with it. But if you were to say, here's a mathematical formula, I can learn that because there's a rhythm to it. You know what I mean? It's like, this is what I've got, this is what I need to get to. So you're not learning just facts, you know, you're learning a system as such. And but yeah, I failed everything to do with English or history. I just couldn't get my head around it. Plus it was boring, for me anyway. But you give me mathematics and physics and stuff like that, I soak it up like a sponge. Yeah, I relate to it. Yeah, I can comprehend what it's trying to do. But yeah, memorising things, it's always been one of my downfalls. I remember when I was a police officer, we're looking for this vehicle, and we're outside, and I saw this number plate, and I thought, that could be the one we're looking for. So I went in this hall that had the people in there, and I went, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, who is the owner of... And I'd completely forgot it, you know, a number plate that I looked at like 5 seconds previously. So, you know, that's just something it's always been with me, you know. So I don't consider it a problem, just don't put history or English in front of me. Yeah, Nightsepp says I'm the total. We are total opposites. Yeah, and I've found that there's a gentleman I know who writes books. He loves poetry. He's about 6'4" tall. You know, he'd probably make a football player. And that's the thing. It's like his mind just grasps language. And in English, he will use English so well in everything he writes. And he could insult you and you go, oh, thank you. You know, because he is so articulate with language. And, you know, I can just about to spell fairly decently, you know. Yeah, you know, that's the thing, like Zeb, that's exactly it, mate. It's, I would like to say I'm good at driving trams, but I haven't, well, I'm not going to admit to running any red lights just yet. So we're now back on known territory. I recognise all of this. Recognising all of this. So, let's get going. Why are we not going? Oh, somebody's got their foot in the door. No. No. Oh, another tram coming. Oh, there's a different view. Used to teach history. That's funny, mate, because I used to teach physics at college. With microelectronics was my forte, shall we say. Very cool, mate, very cool. I would have been one of your pupils that sat there and go, when is this class ever going to end? Because I need me maths. I need my maths fix. Give me some calculus. I tell you. Alright, shut the doors. Come on, lady, the lights are going to change. I'm starting to sound like a grumpy tram driver. I need to slow it down, James. Slow it down. Mr. Impatient. I don't know why I'm impatient, because I'm always late. I should be just used to it by now. Yeah, it's funny. This is cool, you know, I'm starting to become familiar with this part of the route. Doesn't mean to say I understand it any better, but yeah, I'm really starting to enjoy all of this. Look at the graffiti on the walls there. Goblin Zeus, nice one, mate. Nice one. Maths also, yeah. The only maths that I hated was trigonometry, and here's why. When I did it, you had to memorise, and it's back to the memorise again, you had to memorise trig identities. You were not allowed to have a crib sheet. And, you know, I understand how to use a trig identity, but I couldn't remember them. So again, that goes back to the memorisation thing again. So I really struggled with trigonometry. Calculus though, and algebra and stuff like that, you know, thoroughly enjoyed it. Is there a pun there, Night Zep, that you're outnumbered? Is that because we're talking about mathematics? Was there a little pun in there? Yeah, dangerous, you saw it as well, mate, yep. Meanwhile, I've got a wing mirror that I need to pull in. I've got important stuff to do here. Push another button. And I think we go right. Well, I know we go right. We'd better go right. So I think it's time yet again to press that annoying bell. I bet that woke a few people up. Yeah, I think learning is fun. You know, regardless of the subject, I think learning is fun. Yeah, all right. It's. I remember about a year ago, I was watching a program on television. Well, not television. It was on YouTube. And well, hang on. Let me stop here. It's a bit noisy. There we go. And I got my scotch out, and the wife said, "What are you watching?" And I said, "It's a program about the differences between classical and quantum physics." And the wife just went, yawn. And yeah, so That says it all, really. Yeah, I can hear my Discord beeping away in the background.
Laurenzgasse.
Oh, I need to slow down. I need to slow down. So that green and amber means 30 kilometers an hour because we're coming up to a stop. There we go. Now, is that a stop? Well, I'm not going to get penalised, but I think that's a... Okay, time to get the manual out, I think. Never saw that before. I think that was probably a stop, to be honest, because the next one's green. Now, well, my mistake.